for me, at least on this map. When Mir is playing well, he pretty much dominates outside. He's got a lot of information, but Dexter, he's already gone. Young, he's got those Julies, but they've managed to make it down the vent anyway, and they might not even need to go in that direction. But look at the CTs. There's 2 players ready and waiting here. This is actually a very good read. They did this previously with Chopper, but Magix has rotated in to support them. Sure, it's not a perfect start, but this is actually workable.
Magix 1-on-3, but gets splattered by Zentares, and I agree.
Position worse than when they faced off against Sprout, because one of the things that happened is they never really struggled with economy. So there was no like, oh, can we get the AWP for Dexter in this round? Like, will we have rifles in these certain positions? They always had money to battle with. So it will be interesting to see how Spirit sort of work without everything. It's not impossible.
They do have Zentares to contend with, but Magix has just taken the head off of Keto. Zentares down to 8 HP. Tizian with just the Galil in his hands, and Magix goes in for another one, partially through the smoke. I think there was a slight gap in that smoke, and affords him the luxury of dropping the bomb down. Tizian has to try and clutch with 35 seconds. First drop onto Magix, but now needs to go back in for more. So why is swinging towards the site, hasn't checked the vent, and there's Chopper with the pistol. The 5-step
utility, but it is only a single flashbang. But look at the rotation that's coming. Dexter's going to be here to support him, but he actually goes down without a fight. Great work from Magix to at least keep things open, but the fact is Zontaras has done enough to get them onto the site.
Yeah, 2 so vitally important entry frags, affords them safe passage down to the B side, and now Spirit with a fair chunk of utility, Incendiary and a few flashbangs will all be clumped together. It's going to be one-dimensional on this retake, and Zentares can play up close. Everyone pretty healthy on Big 2. Still have a flashbang. They can pop that into ramp and go for the wide swing. May not be required. Trajectory of that nade lets them know there's at least another player there, and now they find out all 3 came down ramp, and that will be their...
Those was a Chopper 1v2, which I think we both agreed at the time he shouldn't have won. Yeah. Now comes the faster plays, and this is what I wanted to see more of. Young, a man after my own heart, is going to pull out the XM and get a double. Still, his teammate falls, but Mir is ready and waiting, and Zontaras, well, he may have been phenomenal so far, but 34 HP, he decides it's better to fall back.
CSN maybe try and get a pick before Zentares shows his hand, but CSN has gone down, and so will Zentares. We won't have a repeat performance. This time
is CS at least, or in professional level, that you don't necessarily see fought massively because it has risks. Mir, though, they should know that those plays are coming. However, but it seems like they're more than aware of the potential of Mini being open. Look at where the bomb is as well. Even though they're getting these kills, the bomb is still trapped outside. So he hasn't taken this with him. So someone else on the team is going to have to go on a retrieval mission. And you do have to worry that if one of the players outside pushes up a little bit too far, they might have complete control of this round.
Oh, Dexter on top of the garage. Not an angle you're expecting him to use too often, but Tizian will show his hand at the cost of Young's life. Pop flashing himself outside. Love that flash, but Dexter's not really affected at that range.
Young doesn't even budge. That bullet, did it just not make it far enough, or is he just like, try it again?
On the back foot, and Spirit, I mean, they're looking good to get a bare minimum of 10 rounds on this half. Tabston, though, just carves a path, but Mir behind him, forever mixing up his angles. Mr. Unpredictable. Magix has dropped the bomb down in ramp. 2 players to fend off against him. Just needs to stall. Another kill is fine. This last player, seriously, is being... He has control of the bomb. So if he can somehow wiggle his way up towards heaven and drop down onto A, maybe there's a way through to save this round yet. But he's about to be pushed on from a player on the A side. That's going to be Chopper. Even if he successfully gets the bomb down, he's gone anyway. And they do deny the bag rather than the body shot that would typically be a kill. Do you know what I mean? I wonder if that factored into it a little bit.
Curious. It didn't work anyway, but I suppose Young did eventually die. 9-2 though. Spirit continue what is an impressive showing, and while one of the main places they've tried to push has been ramp, and Magix again been very good in these sort of positions. Zontaras though, a perfect pop flash will take down the opposition AWPer and leave. A 3v2. Tizian has also managed to sneak his way down to the lower bomb site. Now, there is a player here in the form of Chopper. The door's open. This could be a free kill. Chopper's not going to be expecting it. They might actually be able to make this one work.
Bare minimum, you're expecting a bomb plant, but Young has slowly moved his way down vents. That could catch them off guard. They may not expect players to be here this early. Some donated towards the shadow area. Not sure it actually landed. I think it exploded in midair, so it didn't really affect him at all. It went towards ramp, pardon me. So it didn't really matter regardless. Tizian's got himself one frag. There wasn't time, and Zantares put...
First half Tabson.
True, the same thing happened on Inferno, didn't it?
You got to wait for the second... Yeah, second half Tabson's the one you want to look out for.
He saves the best
Who
for
knows?
last, Tom.
Yeah, of course.
15 kills. Not even reached the halfway point yet. Could be more. The chopper's fallen. The back of the site. Magix will follow. He was looking down. Mia has a chance. He has a chance to pivot in, but CSGO shuts him down before he can get more than one. Dexter at least puts it down into a 1-on-2 with his AWP. Will make this a costly one for Big. But he'll have half an eye to clutch this round and make it his. No smoke could be a problem. He can't smoke on one of these angles or maybe even try and force one of these players out. No kit either, but there is one on the floor, which is now going to get picked up momentarily. Was in the hands of Chopper beforehand, but now it's down to the open. CSGO stuck in hut. The bomb is ticking away ever so quickly. Dexter needs to tickle the bomb. He needs to get CSGO out into the open. He needs to shut him down, but CSGO on the approach.
They've tried to deny him, but it hasn't really gone too well. They've set up Dexter, however. He's going to match up seemingly against his counterparts. They do look to go for the boost, but he's flexed up in time. Zantares can't trade, and Dexter just looks to put down the pain, but this time he is caught.
Does get caught, but at great cost to Big. Said, I feel like their first round in forever. I meant their first A round in forever, because typically it's been B-centered, which it is again now. Last time they were successful. Tizian could have them both. They line up. It's only a max 7 for some Young. He's got to try and bridge the gap, but because Tizian was already low, his position is tailor-made for these kind of spots. They smoke down. Here comes the nades on top of Keto. There's nothing he can do, and Spirit do pick up 10.
Opportunities, but look at the setup. An AWP waiting from Dexter. He's watching, but he misses the shot, and re-peeking it would be a huge risk. Luckily for him, he doesn't have to. His teammates have held the line and left Keto as the only man remaining. He's got 6 seconds, and Dexter's just too quick on the flick. Again, are we going to be watching another big comeback? Heh.
Yeah, we have seen this before, but Dexter, P250, takes off the head of Keto. Taking the first kill down is going to just add that pressure. Tabson, 13 on 12 last time. He's 6 and 14. He may have a great second half, but is he given the opportunity to? Tizian dips in with a pretty big headshot, and Tabson survives, gives the call that some players are on main side. He needs some help, but his aim is off. He hasn't been punished with his life, and now Zantares is going to show his hand with the USP. Bomb gets dropped down. Tabson finally falls, but now Zantares, who's up on the catwalk, can start to rip through more heads. Magix is next up to the plate, and next up gets dissolved away. But they use this opportunity to actually vent dive. And some Young does have the bomb, but Mia's doing it all alone. He's an absolute beast right now with 21 frags, and he could add another one because Tizian is so low, but they double peek him. It's down to some Young.
He's got the right idea as well. The drop comes in, the first kills for Bree, and he spots out Zantares. The kit has been retrieved, so there's actually plenty of time, and this is the man you'd want in these sort of situations. Some Young just trying to find the peak, but he can't do anything. He's always up for those headshots every single time, and it'll be the man from Turkey to take them through with another round.
Available to them. They're going to try and pivot down ramp where Tabson's now waiting with his M4. First spray is good on the weakened Mia, and it's a cleanup. He's joined by Zantares. It's that 1-2 punch again of Tabson and Zantares that so often is the KO blow for most teams that go up against Big. With 20 seconds, Dexter, he gets spotted, he gets fragged by CSGO Scout. You can see all the utility that's been put in. So many smokes. 3 or 4 of them in total have been tossed in already. They only have 1 left in the hands of Mia. And Chopper's gone down to the hands of Tabson, but it does afford me a safe passage into Garage, and now everything works off him. If he can get round heaven towards lockers and get a pick or 2, that could be good enough for his team to still battle back into this round, but he needs the rest of his team to survive long enough. This flank is only as good as the pieces that he can play with afterwards, and CSGO should be going down here, gets headshotted out, but now they know exactly where he is, and this is where if he had a full team to play behind, it would be so devastating for Big, but they should be able to lock this down. They're going to try and swipe in on towards ramp, but they didn't check their close angle, and that is the outcome. Tabson with a double. 7 in the second half, if that's true.
It's actually bad. So taking him a few rounds to catch back up, and Well, that's a start and a half. Nice shot from Dexter. Denies CSGO any real aggression. Interestingly, you mentioned Tizzy, and he's going to pick up the AWP, but he's going to be exactly the same fate. T-side AWPing, normally a struggle, but Dexter making it look easy, and Tabson walks backwards. Two of your teammates have just died from that angle, and Dexter's just taken control. It's not going to be an ace for him, but damn. And you know what? Over the last year, it's worked pretty well, so I can't critique it too much. Speaking of CSGO and his AWP, he's gonna connect. I don't know how that second shot must have clipped the wall.
Oh, he's dead because they followed that flash up real quick. 20 seconds though, forces him into an awkward position, but Tizzy and Spray lets him down. Keto waits a little bit just to steady himself, but he knows there's gonna be more players funneling their way through Hut. He gets a dink, but doesn't finish off Magix on 6 HP. They have enough time for the bomb plant, which will be going down now pretty much. And Tabson making moves in alongside Xantares. It's that dynamic duo one more time. Big pick from Xantares. The wide swing from Dexter, though, will silence him. And now Tabson is stepping up to the plate. Dexter off angle, and Dexter strikes once more. Gets the window of opportunity. Can't quite capitalize. Somehow Tabson survives on very low HP. Now finished off by Chopper, though. On top of the silo, make sure there will be no retreat. Big moment in this round, and they need the Germans. Xantares needs his fellow teammates to dig him out of this ditch. He's got himself a little bit of ground outside. He has taken out Mia, which is significant, but can they weather this storm?
He's about to be pressured. He thrives under it.
Sometimes young,
little time
pushing towards the site. There's the kill they're looking for, but the bomb's nowhere to be found. They're running out of time. They may even die after time as well if Keto white swings this, and he does. So Dexter gets crushed. They do have proved to be fatal. Big have Tabson, who really has come alive in this second half, and there's another one. 16 kills now. Tizian countered instantly, and Some Die Young back, but they must realize that Some Die Young is going to be somewhere around this vicinity because they saw him get a pick earlier, and I highlighted this confrontation earlier. It goes against CSGO. Dexter continues to body bag him, but Xantares and Tabson,
they're making so much noise. They have to have a decent idea that they're now going to be doubling back, and Keto has repositioned. He loses the battle to Dexter, though. It comes down to Tabson, and the timing looks good, but he misses his shot and doesn't expect Magix to come back around the corner. It gives a 1v2, but again, Vince, this is the man you want.
Xantares is so good in these positions. It's a clean kill to kick things off, but he's against the man mountain himself, Dexter, who takes the grenade, chops him down to size. One bullet should seal it. Dexter may have to get aggressive to try and bypass this low HP, but Xantares has played it to perfection. Simmers in. Delicious clutch, and Big will have an 11th round. It's at the cost of 4 players, though. That is significant within itself, but it's not like Spirit have fantastic economy either. He needs to have a bit of impact. Does connect the shot, but it's not the kill. He's missed one too many. He's about to get overwhelmed. He needs some support structure, and it's not forthcoming. A good flash keeps Xantares at arm's reach, and Mia is now showing his hand with a Mac 10. Spirit lead by 2 players.
Cannot be the round. It slips. The timing looked like it was going to go in Mir's favor, but you'd think he'd done enough for this round. Tizian, you almost feel like this has to be a double. He's the lone defender of this A side. The other 2 players just about starting to rotate around into Mini. The timing is going to be everything here, and Dexter just domes him, leaving Tabson again. This time, he's got a better chance. What is that shot from Magix? A Tech 9 running through. I'm getting flashbacks to the old days of the...
To get disappointed with that outcome. But what can you do about Dexter instantly dry peeking with the Deagle and popping your head off, and then Magix on the approach with the Tech 9 instantly ripping your face off? Less than this very solid purchase. It's not bode well. Keto, though, gets the instant drop. Oh, and a second as well with the Deagle, and a third through the smoke. And that's the bomb that goes down with it, trading across to the rifle, goes in for spray, and tags Dexter down so very low, who no-scopes Tizian, who...
I'm going to throw out a little bit of extra utility, and the fact is there's only 15 seconds. They might even just have to look into holding on to the guns. He's got that quad, and eventually Xantares will finish things off, but...
outside. We've seen this very play multiple times. Mia single-handedly pushing outside. Dexter with the freest of frags. Tabson had no chance.
Yeah, that's what I talked about earlier with the risk of that play, and they don't know. They don't know. Mir again. He just gains. So surprised if you go back for anything more, Tizian. Still trying to fight. I guess at this stage, just thinking it's over. Maybe it is, because Dexter given 3 opportunities to kill him, Vince. 3.
Yeah, that's a puzzler, isn't it? Like, the guy's on fire right now. You got an AWP against a rifle at that range. You know he's watching the angle. I don't really understand it, but yeah, maybe mentally they've already checked out, Tom. Maybe they realize, let's not expend any more energy here. Let's focus on Dust 2 instead. Keto at least gets 1. He had a phenomenal round last time, but he will not be afforded the luxury of...